Good morning, fellow humans. And when I say that, I mean colorful nuts. Today is Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. It's probably a little bit cold outside. I haven't looked, haven't checked. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. In an hour, I will be leaving for our volunteers breakfast, our weekly volunteers breakfast for Love Thy Neighbor. A lot of exciting news happening today. Exciting news. Good morning, Wadabebi. How are you doing out there in Virginia? And have you heard from your sisters? Blessed, not blessed, blessed. Okay, good. Boom. So here we are once again as part of our repetition, our course in repetition, building routines, positive routines. I switched programs. Is that a good thing? Is switching programs a good thing? So once again, here we are to help you on your journey. We're here to help each other on our respective journeys, our respective and mutual journeys to a life of meaning and purpose. That's it. So we're here to help, and it is an important thing. In fact, that is the most important thing. Having a life of meaning, purpose, nurturing the presence of the Creator, nurturing and sharing the presence of the Creator within. During the week, we focus on the things of men and machines. We focus on the success part of the formula. Success equals function of money times meaning and purpose. We focus on the money part, the success part, because if you have a lot of meaning and purpose but no money, you cannot really help nearly as many people as if you have money multiplied by meaning and purpose. Now you can be successful. Now you can nurture that spark to where it's hot enough to, say, melt metal or melt things. You can have a chemical, in effect, metaphorically, a phase transition. So we start out with a little spark. We nurture the spark, we share the spark, we give the spark fuel, we heat the spark up. And when the spark gets to a certain temperature, like any flame, any heat gets hot enough, it can actually create a chemical phase transition. So you can go from a solid to a liquid, or a liquid to a gas once you have enough heat. So think about it that way. Everybody has a spark of the Creator within them. What the Creator gets out of it is hyper-vicariousness. They get to experience what it's like, because that's the one thing the Creator cannot do. It cannot experience your life until you live it. Okay, because if it could experience it before, that means you had to live it before. So the one thing an omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient God cannot do is experience your life before you live it. So we get the gift of life. As we know from the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is within. And then Galatians 2:20, I think, 2:21. So there's a spark, no matter how bad, no matter how evil, there's just a spark or an ember that can be ignited. And if it's ignited to a certain temperature, then different things can start happening. You can start affecting other people. That would be an explanation of what are miracles? Well, okay. But during the week, we're focused on becoming successful in the world of men and machines. And when I say men, I don't mean males, I mean people. But it just sounds better if you say men and machines than people and machines. So what's our meme of today? What if you didn't make excuses? Okay, that's our meme. So this is a 2-part daily routine. There is the non-podcast part and the podcast part. The non-podcast part is 4 quick parts. a breathing exercise, an attitude of gratitude exercise, an examination of yesterday exercise, and a projecting the day, and then go doing an exercise. Instructions down below. Please like, share, do you know the thing? And then there's the 3-part podcast, which is comprised of our daily theme, our meme, an idea that spreads from brain to brain, planning, and transformations, because this is a 4-part transformational program where we focus on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. A lot to this stuff, people. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. We need some memes to each other every day. Yes. Meme. Up yours. How about that as a meme? Okay. All right. So the worksheet there will be a link to the worksheet down below, link on the Thriving Warrior website, link on the Love Thy Neighbor website, something on Facebook, something on LinkedIn. So there's no reason not to be able to get to the worksheet. And that's where the magic is. That's where we have links to short little videos from the experts, including David Goggins, Andrew Huberman, Jack Rowland, Arthur Brooks, Barbara Oakley, TED Talk. Today's TED Talk is about practical leadership, the olive. So we started Monday with crisis leadership. Yesterday was pure leadership. Now we're into practical leadership, which is what you'll face most of the time when you're on your journey to from someday I'll to Successlandia. You are going to hit times when there is crisis. You're going to hit times when everything is perfect, but most of the time it's in between. So we start out with watching the olive. More about that tomorrow. Daily Stoic, Inc. Magazine, Seth Godin, Darren Hardy, motivational video, Jordan Peterson, Mark Devine, Baraka Church, Red Letter, and a bunch of prayers and scriptural type things to keep you moving in the right direction, guided by the Creator who is within you. Could be the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, Jesus, God, whatever. The presence of the Creator is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within. Okay, so how we doing out there? How we doing, Wadabebi? Okay, blue thing. Interesting. Okay, let's get back to our planning. Okay, so now daily theme is, what if you didn't make excuses? What would life be like? Well, why do we make excuses? Because we don't want to take responsibility. Why? Is it fear? Is it laziness? Is it gluttony, greed, envy, sloth, lust, vanity, wrath? Why don't we want to take responsibility? Maybe it's just maybe we just have a habit. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault. What if we took responsibility? What if we didn't make excuses? Okay, maybe we can just try that. Just for today. How about that? Just for today. Okay, so that's the theme of the day. That's the thing to contemplate during the day. What would my life be like if I didn't make excuses? I just lived with anticipating the consequences of me not doing it without making an excuse. Okay, well, if I don't do this, normally I make an excuse. The bus got there early. What if I didn't make an excuse? So what if I think ahead to the conversation when somebody's going to say, why are you late? And I'm, instead of saying, well, the bus came early, because I was there. I was at the bus stop. The bus came early. It wasn't me. Okay. So anticipating that question, instead of saying the bus came early, which isn't believable, you say, because I wasn't prepared. and think that through, project that, and get that. Maybe instead of having to have that discussion, why don't I just get there before the bus gets there? Yeah. Then I avoid this whole conflict feeling of needing to make excuses and feeling bad because I know I wasn't being truthful to myself and others. Okay, that's what if I didn't make excuses? Contemplate that. Think about that. Don't just dismiss it. Oh, yeah, cool. Next. Planning. Okay, so now we're into planning stage. It's simple. Say something great is going to happen to me today. Boom. Lock it into your reticular activating system. Lock it in. Something great is going to happen to me today. And, it's great that we're alive, great that we have the opportunity to do these things, but this is something that's different great, not the same great that happens every day. Something great is going to happen to me today. Believe it. I'm pointing to my RAS. Believe it so it's programmed into your RAS to the same extent that if somebody says your name in a crowded room and you don't know that they're there and they just say your name and you hear it instantaneously, that's where you want to get to. Something great is going to happen to me today. Now you can say, I will be blessed somehow today. There will be a special blessing for me today. And believe it as an incantation, not affirmation. Next, always look on the bright side. Again, this is programming the RAS. Locked in, just like my riding bikes on Zipeletone. Click, click, click. Locked in. Always look on the bright side. Seek uncomfort. Don't seek comfort, seek uncomfort. Advice from an 80-year-old. Don't allow the phone to interrupt important moments. It's there for our convenience, not the caller's. Well, true, but not always true. When a call comes in from prison, I can't call them back. So the phone will and can and must interrupt certain important moments, but it's rare. Have your 3 simple goals for today, 6 important things to get done. And let's see, what are we doing out there? Okay, Maticus is back. Okay, this is day 3 or 4. How does it feel to have your driver's license? And what are your next steps, Matt? What are your next steps? Now that you have your license, what's the next step? Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, while we're waiting for Matt, let's focus on, I don't know, Seth Godin. Spire confusion. Spire confusion. What? When architects show off their work or propose a bold new building complex or even ask for a zoning variance, the public sees the external photos, the tall spire, the innovative use of glass, a weird hole in the center of the building. And when a car company shows off a new model at a press conference, it's the headlights or the door handles that catch our attention. And colleges brag about their football teams. ... But the thing is, most of the time, the building serves its function for the people working inside of it. The owner of the car can't see the headlights, and almost all of the benefits of college have zero to do with what happens for 2 hours on Saturday. Gimmicks are memorable, but they're gimmicks. Right, focus on the donut, not the hole, as my father would have said. I will rent or buy a car and go elsewhere. What? Okay, so Matt's going to start a road trip, I guess. Make sure you're prepared, but I wouldn't rent a car. Well, yeah, you can rent a car for a week. Fox Rent-A-Car is probably the best place to do it. It's down in Vegas. That's what I would suggest. I can drop you off one day, and you got to make sure you have your insurance though. So I think that's the next thing. Maybe you had to do that. Yeah, I guess you've already had to do that. Cool. Good for you, Matt. Good next step in life. You've now matured to the 16-year-old stage, at least. So 8-year-old mostly left behind. Good on you. Okay, and with that, we're going to say end cut. Maybe Sophie's going to get her license next, just so it's a thing that you have. You don't have to change your life just because you have a license, but you can change your life if you have a license. You don't need it to change your life, but you can change your life having the ability to drive, to rent, etc. a car. You can still take the bus, you can still ride your bike, but you can also do something else. All right, with that, we're going to say and cut. And cut, people.